And welcome to Daybreak. I'm Deb Uren, Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
And Happy New Year!
Yeah, Deb, Happy New Year.
2021 is finally here.
Yeah, I think we're all relieved to get out of 2020. That was just, it's hindsight.
Yes, yes, and it's something that we can hopefully put to bed and not have to revisit it anymore. Sure, there's been a lot of good things that happened in 2020. I mean, for myself personally, we have two new great-grandchildren, both little girls. Yes.
Fun.
Yep, both my grandson and my granddaughter. They both had babies this, it would have been fall. One was in the end of October, or end of August, and the other one was the beginning of September.
And we just had one on the 30th. A great nephew.
Great nephew.
Yeah, my niece had a little boy on the 30th.
Yeah, so with things like that, that is a nice memory.
And the year we started out losing one at the very beginning of last year. We lost one, but we gained one. And so we came full circle, and it was a good way to end the year for us.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The holidays were, once again, not the family.
They were different.
Yeah, they weren't the family type of gatherings that we're all used to having. Thanksgiving was one that was just
quiet.
Oh my goodness, so quiet. And for Christmas, we did some Zoom meetings with our kids and our grandkids, and it's just not the same.
No, it's not.
Not the same.
Not. I know a lot of people, especially if they're older, they're doing all of the whole year by themselves.
Right.
It's starting to make you wonder.
Well, and it's not good mentally, really.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what we would do if we didn't have our phone service
and the Zoom.
And
that
the
really
Zoom.
does help.
As much as I'm sick and tired of Zoom meetings, thank goodness we have them.
Yeah,
I mean, even for the chamber.
Yeah, the other day, that
our
was
chamber
great.
board meetings, we have to have them by Zoom and Coffee Connect now, which I did have to miss. I had an appointment with Jim that we had to go to, so I did have to miss that. But, if we didn't have that particular
technology,
exactly,
we'd be so isolated.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine. But, I mean, so many people now, they're working from home. They're not even going into offices anymore.
Right.
And even in watching, I like to watch Varney and Company and that on Fox Business.
Sure. Yeah.
And, they talk about New York all the time because that's where they're located.
Yeah.
And how the business district there, I mean, it is just closed up.
Yeah, and so I have to say I'm pretty proud of the people in our community that are keeping our businesses going, like the restaurants. People are still ordering from carryouts and still doing what we can to keep things going. And then the drive that they had for the bowling alley, Collier's.
Wow!
JR started out, JR Laffner is the one that produced that and organized it, and he was looking for $5,000 and he ended up getting $45,000 that day. I guess it was just a steady stream of people driving through the parking lot and handing him a check. That's what this community, I have the chills, that's what this community is all about, is keeping each other going and keeping each other happy and up, just up. I saw something on Facebook, Amy Shadowski posted, I just want a hug, and a whole bunch of people posted hugs, and
I know.
It's just, golly, we're doing what we can to help each other. And then if you're in a city like New York, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you could have the people in that neighborhood order carry out, but is that going to keep them
their
going?
Restaurants, I mean, we're fortunate to be able to have some of our restaurants have people sit outside.
Yeah.
We have the igloos.
Yeah, the domes, right.
We have some tents that are up.
Yeah.
And that just makes it so nice. I saw when I passed the White Horse the other day, and they have their 3 igloos, but they also have a table and then it has like a hibachi type of a,
Oh, in the
little,
middle, yeah.
yeah, like a
The
little
heater.
fire pit.
Nice.
But there's no covering. And doggone it, there was a couple
are-
sitting there, and they were just having a drink. And I'm like, even
How
if it's
lovely.
a hot drink,
Yeah.
it's not going to stay hot for very long. But it just, it looked so inviting. People are just wanting to be
Craving it.
out and get out
Sure.
and to be able to live a normal life.
Yeah, yeah. And so let's continue to encourage that, darn it. There's so much really that's going on downtown.
Yes.
Especially now that 24 is pretty much done.
Wow, it was a pretty ride in for me today. I mean, I was able to, even though it's gloomy outside weather-wise, but I'm just looking and saying, geez, the construction
Done.
is done.
For the most part.
Come spring, we're going to start getting our trees and flowers and that they're going to be planting so that the landscaping is going to be there.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait. I can't wait to be
Right.
able to see that.
I've noticed people have even talked about it. There's a difference in the way that they're able to move downtown, move around downtown. They don't have to go from the theater all the way up to the light and cross. They're
Right.
actually using those center aisles, which I know some people have missed them and they've hit them. So it'd be nice if they could put trees on those. I don't know if they plan on that or not.
I don't know what the plan is for that.
Yeah, I don't either. I
I
know
was
that
kind of
people are
hoping to
hitting 'em.
see some sort of a light or something, because if you're not aware,
Right, and for 45 years you've been driving down the center
Exactly.
of town. Yeah, so somehow I'm sure they're going to address that when they address the plants and trees and stuff, but it's done. It's, for the most part, it's done.
It's done.
And we'll just remind people, don't hit that center, what is that called? Median, right?
Yes, median. Right,
I know
because we
that
have
they've
two
lost
of
the
them.
sign in front of the Brownie Box. That sign's come down 3 times now.
Now it's 3. I
Yeah.
knew the first one,
Yeah.
and then I just heard not too long ago that it was hit a second time.
Now again, it's gotten hit again. So people, there was definitely a median put in.
Right.
So and if the snow covers it up, of course I can see how people are hitting
Sure.
it. But that's just like if there's like a speed trap, quote unquote. People eventually get used to the fact that there's officers sitting around that curve and
Yeah.
they finally start slowing down. It'll be the same way. We just all have to get used to it, and we still have to
Exactly.
be patient.
Well, and that's just it. It seems to be the American way that we have to just rush.
Yeah.
Coming down M24 north of town, it's
Yeah.
like, it's 55, and why is it that I'm
80.
going 55 and I've got cars passing me like I'm,
Yeah.
just chugging along? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was just talking to Connie, and she was going down Oakwood the other day, and I've had this happen so many times on Oakwood. I don't know what it is about that road, but I guess the people that live out there are in a hurry to get home. But they were right on her tail, and the guy finally decided to pass her, and there was a car coming. So she had to run off the road. The guy coming at them had to
my
run off the road. So this guy
gosh.
could carry on down. So yeah, still patience out there on the roads. It's not worth it.
No, it's not. It's not. But listen, we've got to take just a quick break, so don't go away. We've got a lot of news that we want to be able to
yeah.
share with you.
We
so
should
just
talk about
hang
that.
in there, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Deb Uren, Vice President of our Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. I wanted to start out by just introducing to the community our current 2021 Board of Directors for the Oxford Chamber of Commerce. We do have a new president. It is our Chief of Police, Mike Sowald. Myself, I'm Debbie Uren, and I am the Vice President and a kind of temporary treasurer as well. I've been doing the treasury duties for a number of years now, so I still have that responsibility as well. So, and then we have Terry. Terry is our secretary this year. We had Elena Sullivan the last couple of years, and she's needed to step down. So Terry now is going to be our secretary. So looking forward to all of the minutes that we'll be having for our board meetings. And then we also have as our trustees, we have Walt Bargan. He is from Choice One Bank. Laura Herfey, she is from Thrivent. And then Jeff Rowe, who was our former president, he's now still on the board, and he's from JDR Wealth Management. So that is our team here for the Oxford Chamber of Commerce. Our board meetings they're closed meetings, but they are the second Monday of every month, so we'll be having that coming up very soon here in January. And so we are definitely trying to work on upcoming events that we're hoping to be able to have, one of which is going to be our community breakfast. That's going to hopefully take place sometime in February. We don't have a date yet because we're not really sure
how we're going to do it.
And what the gathering number is going to be able to be. We're still, of course, on our lockdown, if you want to call it, with our governor. So we have to wait until the middle of this month to see how we're going to be moving forward. It could be that it's going to be a Zoom type of a thing or something, but we are definitely planning on having a community breakfast.
And I know that Amy Deshotel, who's the executive director of the chamber, has already lined up some speakers. I know Jack Curtis, the new township supervisor, is one of them. And then isn't she going to have somebody from the county as well?
That's what she's looking to do. And then we may even have somebody from M24, to kind of give us a little bit of an update, being that there are still things that need to be completed. This will kind of give us a better idea as to a timeline as to when these things can be completed.
Those little details. Speaking of that, I don't mean to waylay you, but on M24, people have been complaining about a pothole that's right underneath a little north of the bridge.
Okay.
And Joe Ferrari of the township found out yesterday, and he posted on their township Facebook page, that was from when they were paving, a flap fell off the truck, and they paved over that flap. And now the flap, of course, has been eroded away. And I guess that happens often. And so they're aware of it, and it's going to be fixed. It's not the road's falling apart already. It's just an anomaly that happens. According to the county, it sounds like that happens often. So sorry, I didn't mean to waylay what you were telling everybody about what we're doing at the chamber. And Amy's been so busy. God bless her.
And speaking of Amy, because that's another thing that I wanted to address, is the weatherization package that she has been very, very, very involved with Oakland County. And what this is it's for our restaurants.
So cool.
It's being able to, Oakland County has a fund that they are going to be able to provide our restaurants with heaters.
Those big tall
heaters, awesome. The kerosene.
Nice.
Is it kerosene or?
I think it is.
I think it is kerosene.
Yep.
Along with the tanks, or if it's propane.
Yeah, I don't
one or the other.
Fuel.
And then just more items such as that,
blankets,
just to make it so that our restaurants can be serving people. We have to serve them outside, and not everybody can afford what it really needs to be able to do these type of things.
Nor do they have room,
That too. I mean, some places are very limited.
Yeah, right.
So it could be that we're going to be opening up spaces in the parking lots.
That'd be nice.
So, but Oakland County is working right now. We are going to be, the chamber, Amy will be involved in actually being able to distribute these items so that the restaurants are going to be able to come and say this is what they need, and then we'll set it up with Oakland County and have it delivered. So it is extremely involved. There's so much to it. It has changed from the time that they first started it. It started out to be what sounded like a very simple project, as far as, okay, you tell us what your restaurants need, and so Amy's counting how many restaurants we have. Okay, fine. How about if we get this, 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 and this? Put in that order per se, and the next thing you know, it's become very involved.
Oh, yeah, right.
Which I mean, in a sense, it has to be.
There's a lot of restaurants in Oakland County.
There are. I mean, we are a big county.
Yeah, we are.
We are a huge county.
Right.
So
she's filtering through all that.
exactly, and of course, with all of the assistance and guidance as well, working with Joe, our Medore, our village manager. So the office has been busy.
And you know, I want to give Amy a kudos because she's doing all this work for the community, not just because she's a chamber director. She's doing it for the community.
The whole
Some of the businesses, I mean, you know, depend on the village and the DDA and the chamber, and Amy has stepped right up.
Yeah.
She really has. I'm
She's gone above and beyond what a director for the chamber does, really.
She's doing it for the whole community, not just chamber members.
She's extremely passionate, and I love that about our director. We are fortunate to have Amy, and the community is really going to be getting the best service and benefit from that for sure.
Yeah, so true.
So I did want to talk about that, and then of course our Coffee Connects. We are going to continue with that. That's always the first Tuesday of every month from 8 to 9 o'clock. Until we can meet in person again, they will be now Zoom meetings because we were, for a short period of time last year, we were able to meet. We were meeting out in front of.
Was nice.
We were meeting out in front of the village offices, which is where our chamber is located as well. And so, you know, people were very social distancing and everything, and it is nice to see people in person. But with the Zoom meeting, the one we had yesterday was extremely busy. There were a lot.
Oh my goodness, we had a lot of people on
We
it.
did, and that was great. And that's what we want. That's what we truly want.
I made a really good connection. I mean, the wonderful thing about the Coffee Connects are, if somebody's new in this community or has a new business in the community, you get to find out all about it because that person is right there telling you about it. You get to know who that person is, why they're here, why they want to be here. It's really wonderful. I really enjoy it. I can't always make them, but I really, really enjoy it, whether it's on the Zoom or whether we're standing outside, which is really nice. And maybe we can take advantage of those heaters and go to one of the restaurants and have a Coffee Connect there.
That's a good idea. Yes, yes.
We'll get a couple of those heaters out there and warm us up. It hasn't been a really bad winter, which has been helpful.
Let's hope it stays that way. You know, let's hope it stays that way. So we're going to take another break, but please don't go away. We, believe it or not, we still have more to share with you. So don't go away, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Daybreak. Debbie Wren, Vice President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, and I'm the production manager here at OCTV.
Yay! You know, we've been talking about food this last segment, and we want to start out with these couple of things that are going on for people who are really in need of food. So, Woodside Bible Church has now partnered with Forgotten Harvest. And so they are going to be distributing food every Monday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. or as long as the food actually lasts.
Yeah.
But that is the time period there. And they're going to be located at 2500 Joslyn Road in Lake Orion. So if you need any assistance, this is free food available for folks in Oxford and in Lake Orion. And just all you have to do is show up early and get into line and receive your food. We have so many families that are in need.
Through no fault of their own.
Right.
And this is groceries. That's not a hot meal. This is groceries. It's a big semi full of, they just start doling it out, which it's been so helpful. I mean, I know initially people would wait in line forever just to get those groceries. And the need is growing, unfortunately.
It is. And so very thankful that Woodside Bible Church has partnered with them, and that we're making this for people who aren't aware of this wonderful service that we have, that's the community has available. So that is for the grocery part. Then we have our Neighbors Feeding Neighbors. And I know that Terry and I, we've been talking about this for a number of episodes now. And this is something that, this is a hot meal that is being served. And Terry, you've done quite a bit of volunteering with that as well.
Yeah, I just feel so grateful that I'm able to help this wonderful movement out, started by Connie Miller, really, and then then Chris CJ Carnacchio started the Neighbors Feeding Neighbors GoFundMe website. So people are donating money as well, but oftentimes Patrick from Wood Chips will donate a meal. Angie from her place, Evergreens, donated the Christmas meal. And this program for years, Connie's been doing it for 10 years or so, had about 35 to 43 people every Wednesday night, and it's grown to over 200 every Wednesday night. So the program is a hot meal and groceries. They get a bag full of groceries as well, and milk and bread. And that is from 5:30, I think, till 6:30. That's how that runs, and that's at the Methodist Church on Burdick. On the east side of 24, and you have to go around to the back of the church. People used to be able to go inside, and you can't do that any longer, but it's first come, first serve, and it doesn't matter how many people you have that need to be fed, there's food there. Patrick has been wonderful about feeding. I can't remember, I think he's supplied 6 meals, and that's 200 people per meal. So Patrick has done wonders for this community. That's again the community taking care of the community. He's staying open to keep his employees fed, and working. God bless him. And I know that he's fighting a huge battle doing that. So, yay for our community again.
This is one of our businesses that Patrick is so passionate. When I first started with the chamber, he was one of the first people that I did meet. And he's just very, very passionate about community and community work and giving back. And if ever there was someone who gives back to the community, this young man
he supplies
certainly
turkeys, and he's amazing. In fact, I was watching Fox National News one day, and there's Patrick. They were interviewing him about what he's done for the community, what he's given to the community, as well as what he's doing to keep his business open, to keep his employees fed. He's not even taking a paycheck right now.
Oh my goodness.
This is an amazing community.
Heart of gold, I'll tell you. Heart of gold.
And also, I'm sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but I don't want to forget this. Connie also has a huge amount of coats at the church. And keep an eye on the township's Facebook page. She opens at church on a Saturday for anybody that needs to come in. She's given away 400 coats so far.
Really?
Matt Pfeiffer in Lake Orion had a giving tree kind of thing going on. He brought in huge shipments of coats where people in Lake Orion have donated. And then people have donated funds, and Connie gave me the job of going out and buying coats, and I think I bought about 40 of them, and they're gone. And people in the community have donated coats. They've also wanted to donate kids' toys and clothes, and that she can't
handle all
do
of it.
that.
You
It's at
need
the basement of the church.
Regular
Coats.
team, and
Yeah, she can't
space
sort
for
through all
of
that. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so thank you for the offers. And if you still want to donate coats, I'm sure there's people out there that still need them.
Are we still doing these boxes? We
Yep.
have the collection
Food.
boxes
Yeah,
and such. They're at the village and township offices.
And here.
So, and
at the
here, right
studio.
here at OCTV as well. So, you know, if there are things like that, I mean, especially coats, this cheapers, you know, the
Yeah.
winter has only just begun. And when it comes to like kids, I mean, really, kids grow, and we grow. Sometimes they can go through 2 coats just because of sizes,
Yes.
not because they wear
Right.
them out,
Right.
just because of the size.
I helped a little girl a couple weeks ago, and she had outgrown her previous year's coat early in the fall, and she was so thrilled to find a coat that fit her, because she was like, you know how coats are when they're
Right.
too tight.
Right.
It was so fun to watch her. She was so excited. Brand new, beautiful down jacket and a little scarf to match. It's fun. It's fun. If you want to volunteer your time, that's really a fun thing to do too. Contact Connie. You can contact Connie Miller through the Oxford Facebook page. Oxford, it's Charter Township of Oxford Facebook, or OCTV Facebook page. Contact her through that if you want to help volunteer. It's nice to help people when they come in and see how happy they are when they leave. It makes me want to cry.
Right. Well,
I love this community.
It's always a good feeling inside when you're able to help people. And it doesn't matter in what way you're helping them. Sometimes just to be that smiling face when they walk in, you know, that can brighten so many people's days. It brightens my day.
Connie's motto is, you walk out a little bit taller when you're done. You know, it's a lot of work to feed 200 people, but you walk out a little bit taller, and it's true.
I truly, I can't even imagine. I cannot
It's a good
even
feeling.
imagine. I mean, I know for other experiences in looking at a room full of 200 people.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of
And it's in
food.
an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, it goes, that team that does that, I just fill in, I sub when she needs somebody, but the team, they're amazing getting
Got
it
it all
together.
down to a science.
I want to talk really quick.
Okay.
Parks and Recs are still open. There's 2 toboggan hills out here. People have said have been wondering about the hockey rink, because Ron Davis has talked about it for a couple years. He really wanted to get one in here. But I want to tell you people, it's only been 30s. The hockey rink is not going to freeze. Of course he'd love to have that going, but it's not going to freeze. Maybe in February we might get that deep freeze. Yes, you put bond money into this, but that's really expensive to put freezers underneath a huge, I mean, if you put water in that hockey rink, we'd have a pool out there, and it's too cold for that. So, but they're out here all the time, fixing the roads out here, and et cetera, et cetera. There's a toboggan hill. There's 2 toboggan hills. And then you can still do basketball. Come out to the park and utilize your park and your tax dollars and your bond money and everything else. You just don't have the hockey rink this year. It's not cold enough.
Right.
I can't skate on my lake either.
Right,
You know,
right.
so
No, none of the lakes have
no,
frozen
we can't.
yet. So
we
I
can't
mean,
go ice fishing either. So
No.
But they're doing their thing, and they're working for you. So
Good.
there's my 2 cents.
Good. I'm glad
I
you
always
were
go
able
on
to
a
get
soapbox.
that in. I'm glad you were able to get that in, because it is important. People want to know.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you don't really think about, it's just the weather
The
itself
details, yeah.
that's holding it back.
Tiny
so.
detail. It's got to get cold enough to freeze, people. Dan Zweiss is behind the cameras, and I want to thank him because he's put a lot of sweat and tears into getting us on the air.
There we go. There we go. Well, listen, we're going to have to wrap it up now. So I hope that you enjoyed the program. Terry and I, we're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to share everything that we possibly can about our community, about our chamber, about the village, and everything else. So you guys have a wonderful, healthy, safe year, and you're going to see these two friendly faces continuing on throughout 2021. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.